In this video, we will be looking at exam review questions number 16 through 23 on stamp 1, 2, 3, 4, on stamp 5. All right, we're going to split this stamp sheet up. All right, so questions 16 through 23 involve log and exponentials. All right, and let's go. Number 16. All right, number 16 is 3 times e to the 2x minus 7 equals 50. All right, now through some of these questions, number 16 is a no calculator question. All right, so we're going to work this one out. No calculator. Let's go. All right, we're trying to solve for x. First thing, add 7 to both sides. All right, so we do have some computation, but not anything too heavy. 57. All right, cancels. We have 3e to the 2x is equal to 57. Divide both sides by 3. All right, e to the 2x is equal to 1, and then that's 27. So that is 9. All right, so now we have e to the 2x is equal to 19. All right, from there, we want to get to this x, all right? So we'll do the inverse of an e, which is natural log. We natural log both sides. I'm going to erase this, move it over a little bit so I can show the natural log step. All right, so we natural log both sides. Now, this piece right here cancels, all right, and it produces a 2x. All right, it's equal to the natural log of 19, and we divide both sides by 2 or multiply both sides by 1/2. All right, means the same thing. All right, x is equal to the natural log of 19 all over 2. I think the answer in the MCPS answer key is x is equal to 1/2 natural log of 19, which is the same thing. All right, either or. All right, number 17 is a calculator problem, or you can use a calculator to finish it. All right, we have 2.8. 2.8 is equal to the x is equal to 345. All right, first things first, we want to get to this we want to get to this x. So we're going to log base 2.8 both sides. All right, now doing that, we have log base 2.8 of 2.8, and that cancels. We have x is equal to log 2.8 base log base 2.8 of 345. All right, and if this was a non-calculator problem, this is as far as they might want you to go. You might ask you to use change of base. Remember, base is in the basement of your fraction when you change it to change of base. So it becomes log 345 over log 2.8. All right, and in our calculator, or you can also use natural log and natural log. Remember that 345 divided by, make sure you use appropriate parentheses, log 2.8, close it, and we end up with 5.675. All right, number 18. Number 18, we're going to just keep on doing them. All right, we have 5 times 2 to the 3x minus 1 plus 20 equals 520. All right, so solving. Let's see. First things first, we might want to subtract 20 from both sides. All right, that leaves us with 5 times 2 to the 3x minus 1 is equal to 500. All right, running out of space here. All right, divide both sides by 5. 2 to the 3x minus 1 is equal to 100. All right, and at this point, we can start pulling that exponent. Now, to pull that exponent, we're going to have to log something. All right, and we want to cancel this 2, base 2, so we log base 2 both sides. All right, log base 2 both sides. All right, as such. The log base 2 of 2 cancels. That whole thing cancels. Brings down a 3x minus 1 is equal to, now, for the sake of what we're doing, we're going to just go ahead and change of base this now. All right, so this is log 100 over log 2. Now, log 100 is equal to 2. If we want to change that, we can. All right, so that becomes 3x minus 1 is equal to 2 log base 2. Now, if you don't feel comfortable with that, leave it as log 100. All right, we're still solving. All right, and they do say we can use a calculator. I try to use a calculator at the end. All right, we are going to add 1 to both sides. That's going to give us 3x is equal to, this cancels, 2 over log of 2 plus 1. Divide both sides by 3. All right, and x is going to equal 2 over log base 2 plus 1 all over 3. All right, now if you put that in the calculator correctly, making sure that you put this in parentheses, all right, for number 18 you will get 2 point, and remember we're rounding this to 3 decimal places, so 2.548 as a final answer for that. All right. All right, number 19. Number 19. We can scroll. Well, we can use a space right there. Number 19. All right, you have the natural log of x plus 4 is equal to 2. Left a little space there because the first thing I'm going to do is going to raise this up to an e. All right, e to the natural log will cancel the natural log. We end up with x plus 4 is equal to e squared. All right, and remember we're solving for x, so we are going to subtract 4 from both sides. All right, we end up with x is equal to e squared minus 4. And so if I use the calculator, all right, to get that answer, we're going to go second natural log to closure parentheses minus 4. All right, and that will give us 3.389. All right, do we have enough space for 20? Yes, I think we have enough space for 20 right here. Let's keep on going. Number 20. Log base 7 of 3x minus 1 is equal to 2. All right. Whoa. All right, so in that case, what are we going to do? All right, well, let me slide this so I don't drop all the boards. All right, in this case, we want to get rid of this log base 7 first. So we're going to raise both up to a 7. All right, that's going to give us a 3x minus 1 on this side because this cancels. And that's equal to 7 squared. What's 7 squared? But 49. All right. Wow, this is a calculator problem. All right, adding 1 to both sides gives us 3x is equal to 50. All right, divide both sides by 3, and x is equal to 50 thirds. or since it says that would be the exact answer, or 16.667. All right. All right, keep it going. Number 21. All right, this is where some of you start to have a few problems with these, difficulties with these. All right, but number 21 is log base 5 of x plus log base 5 of x minus 4 is equal to 1. All right, number 21. We need to use the log properties, where we're going to combine these, and that log property is log base 5. Well, that log property is going to, if we combine this with the plus, it becomes multiplication when we combine it or condense it. So it becomes log base 5 of x times x minus 4, which is equal to 1. All right, no calculator needed here. All right, we want to get rid of the log base 5, so we raise everything to a 5. This will cancel. That gives us x times x minus 4 is equal to 5. All right, we can do distributive property. That'll give us x squared minus 4x is equal to 5. We want to subtract the 5 from both sides, which will allow us to bring it to the other side. All right, on the right side, we're equal to 0. All right, and then we want to factor this. So we're looking for two numbers to give us a product of negative 5 and a sum of negative 4. All right, that's x minus 5, x plus 1 equals 0. All right, zero product rule next gives us x minus 5 is equal to 0, or x plus 1 is equal to 0. For this one, we have x is equal to 5. All right, and for this one, we get x is equal to negative 1. All right, and then we want to just go back and look to see if we're going, if both answers work. All right, and for this answer, if we plug this back into the equation, we get log base 5 of 5 plus log base 5 of 5 minus 4, which is 1, is equal to 1. Now, log base 5 of 5 is equal to 1. Log base 5 of 1 is equal to 0, and that is equal to 1, so it works. All right. For the other solution, all right, we have log base 5 of negative 1 plus log base 5 of, and we can just stop right here, all right, because that's going to give us something that doesn't exist. So this solution is extraneous, all right, and x is equal to 5 is a solution, all right. All right. All right, number 22. Once again, we start with the left side and we start by condensing. All right, we're condensing using the quotient property. All right, and this time, since it's a minus sign, we're going to show this as a fraction or a division problem. So it becomes log base 2 of x plus 5 over x minus 1 equals, and if while we're at it, let's do this. All right, log base 2 of 2 is equal to 1, so we have 2 times 1, so that ends up being 2. So we end up condensing quite a bit. All right, from here, we want to get rid of the log base 2, and in order to get rid of the log base 2, we raise everything up to a 2. All right, that cancels. We have x plus 5 over x minus 1 is equal to 2 squared, which is 4. Now, I just like to write it as 4 over 1 in this case. So we see something that is familiar to us. All right, we can solve. All right, if we cross multiply that, then we end up with 4 times x minus 1 is equal to x plus 5. All right, distributive property will give us 4x minus 4 is equal to x plus 5. All right, from here, we're just rolling right along. Subtract x from both sides. All right, and at the same time, you can add 4 to both sides. All right, we can do that in one step instead of 2. 4x minus x is equal to 3x. All right, 5 plus 4 is 9. Divide both sides by 3. And x is equal to 3. All right, so we can go back and take a look and make sure we don't end up with any negatives in this portion of our log problem. We don't. If we check our answer will be correct. All right, but you can go back and check that. Number 23. All right, so we're solving for x. The first thing we want to do for this problem is get our logs on one side. So I'm going to start by adding log x to both sides. All right, that's going to give us 2 is equal to log 20 plus log x. All right, now from here we have a plus. I'm not worried about the bell. All right, that's going to give us 2 is equal to, we're going to condense this, log 20x. All right, and there's a base 10 here. Got to remember that that's base 10. All right, from here I want to raise to a 10. All right, 10 squared is equal to 100. This cancels. We have 20x. Divide both sides by 20, and x is equal to 5. And we are done.